On the cusp of one of the biggest sale weekends of the year, shoppers are paying attention to prices.
OMG, when did this cheese become $12?
On Wednesday, Target reported weaker sales in its first quarter, but it is not raising prices just yet. Amazon's CEO also revealing the company hasn't, quote, seen any meaningful average selling price increases, and he says consumers keep spending.
I am in Walmart, and I am looking for the baby pull-ups. Why are the pull-ups $30?
Amazon and Target's announcements coming after the nation's largest retailer, Walmart, says it's been forced to raise some costs for customers as soon as this month.
We're wired to keep prices low for customers. But the level of tariffs that have been proposed is pretty challenging for all retailers, for suppliers.
And as some retailers brace for tariffs to hit, NBC News has learned that Nike will hike prices on select footwear and apparel, but nothing under $100. Nike saying in a statement, "We regularly evaluate our business and make pricing adjustments as part of our seasonal planning."
Memorial Day savings start now at the Home Depot.
But just as the Memorial Day weekend sales begin, some good news from home improvement giant Home Depot, vowing to keep prices steady despite rising costs from tariffs.
We don't see broad-based price increases for our customers at all going forward.
A strategy that could benefit business.
If you have the same products or very similar for lower prices, it'd be hard for a consumer to justify going somewhere else.
Coca-Cola says it's sticking to current pricing plans for the year. And Apple says it's moving production for iPhones sold in the U.S. from China to India to offset costs. Signs that companies want to stay on consumers' good side.
Companies always want to do what's best for the consumer, frankly, because at the end of the day, it also is what's best for them.
All right, so some potentially good news for consumers, at least in the short term here. What might be behind all of this, Christine? What do we think?
A couple of things. We know that consumers are just sick and tired of higher prices. So companies risk, if they raise prices because of tariffs, they risk losing customers, shoppers who go someplace else. They also, when you listen to these earnings calls and you talk to these companies, they are being so careful not to raise the ire of the White House as well. They want to hold on as long as they can before they ultimately have to raise prices because they don't want to be called out by the administration.
Stay in the good graces.
Right, for not eating the tariffs. But it's only so long this can go on. You know, 30% price increases, tariffs from China is the largest we've seen in 90 years. And so that will disrupt their businesses.
So the companies, they eat the tariffs. That means their profit margin goes down and potentially affects their business.
Absolutely.
So how long are they willing to swallow that pill?
And it means ultimately maybe they can't hire as many people. So the working public suffers either way, either from higher prices or fewer jobs. So it's something we'll really be watching here. Another thing that companies have said, and Walmart said it on its call, in some categories, they're not going to raise prices because they want to gain market share. What does that mean? That means they're going to actually use this moment to try to get new business and build their business.
What categories are that?
It's a strategy for them. Unclear yet. They've already started raising prices on some food, like, for example, bananas. We don't grow bananas in the United States, but there's a 10% tariff on bananas from Central America. So they've already started raising the prices on bananas by about 4 or 5 cents a pound.
So some of these companies see this as an opportunity.
An opportunity until it's too much of a cost. So that's the retail reckoning we're in right now.
Thank you, Christine.
Complicated. All right. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.